up? I'm Sally Lyndley. Welcome to my news report for New York Fashion Week Spring-Summer 2015. Now, I'm only covering one show this season because it was my favorite show, and it's the show I want to cover, and I want to talk a lot about it. So let's talk about Marc Jacobs' Spring-Summer 2015 show. Now, the first thing about this show that I thought was very interesting is the pink house on the pink gravel on the pink set with the pink shag carpet style bleachers that everyone sat on, and the black Dre Beats headphones that they had to put on when the show started. So I wasn't sure what to expect when I tuned in on the live feed and saw the pink house there. I thought maybe we were in for a Barbie collection. I thought we were in for something kind of crazy, something really girly. I wasn't sure. But of course, knowing Marc, the exact opposite happened when the clothes started coming out. The first look out was on Joan Smalls, and I'm very, very happy that he opened with Joan Smalls, not only because I think she's beautiful, but because I think it's really important for someone as influential as Marc Jacobs to open with a Puerto Rican or darker skinned girl and not just another white girl. And I mean, I think Joan Smalls is beautiful and she looks amazing with this weirdo wig on. And immediately it was like, oh crap, it looks like, you know, nurses' scrubs meet military. And then as the clothing progressed and the show unfolded, we saw tons and tons of amazing military clothes. And what I think, I think really with this collection, Marc was joining in a conversation that Ray Calacubo started with her menswear collection this summer for spring-summer when she did her kind of anti-war statement or peace statement, if you will. I feel like this is Marc Jacobs' version of that. And the clothes were beautiful. I mean, in a lot of ways, the clothes were his take on military meets couture, which is a cool concept. I haven't really seen that before. Military clothes have become such a huge influence in, excuse me, I'm pulling up the pictures. Fuck. Okay. So, military has become such a huge influence inside of our fashion culture and culture in general, and especially with, we've been basically off and on at war in America since the 90s with the Bush administration. So, I think that, and of course in the 70s and the late 60s in Vietnam, and then of course before that World War II. So the last 100 years have seen, a decent amount of wars and military, and now with social media things have changed so much with our access to things, and with September 11th and everything going on. I think it's interesting that Marc Jacobs would have a commentary on this, and there's something about uniforms, and he mentioned a picture of Grace Slick, who is the lead singer of Jefferson Airplane among many other bands, and seeing a picture of her and watching her being influenced by her protesting the Vietnam War by wearing military clothing and fatigues. So I think that this was his take on military, and I love that there are some cool pieces in here that feel like a young cool girl, like the oversized sweatshirts or the big knit poncho over a big beaded dress. There are really cool proportions. Like at the beginning of the show, they had the amazing, kind of jumpsuit-y, like super folded, beautiful, very classic military clothing, but in really cool proportions that Marc loves to do. And then there's the shorter, sexier versions, and then there were the Duchess satin military versions, which I thought were really cool. Super short. I love the big cargo pockets you don't need on your skirt, so you don't even need a purse. I hate carrying bags these days, and this is like the perfect option. And then as the show progressed, getting into sexier dresses, sexier looks that kind of showed skin, but still had the military theme, and still inside of this color palette of like olive drabs, army greens, almost like an evergreen. There's a little bit of blue in there, close to like a nurse's scrubs or a surgeon's scrubs, and then black and khaki, and a navy, of course. And I just think that it made for a beautiful collection, made for a very wearable collection, which I think is something important to Marc Jacobs right now, considering he's looking at going public in the next couple of years. He needs to sell some clothes, and these are very wearable, desirable clothes for a girl like me. So all that being said, I think, it'll be interesting to see as Paris unfolds how many, let's say, political statements are being made on the runway. And one more thing about this show is on the headphones that you didn't get to hear on the live stream, they had a voice and a roboticized voice, auto-tune style voice, giving demands and commands and talking, from what some people have said, about the overwhelmingness of technology in our lives now, and maybe stepping away from that into more a simple time, or where there's less going on. And so I don't know, just a lot of interesting things to think of. ManRepeller did a great Amelia on a ManRepeller did a great review of the show, which I'll post below. But yeah, I think it was a cool, thought-provoking show. I love that the models were absolutely no makeup. I love the Jamie Bocart style wigs. And I just love the collections. There's a lot of things I want to wear, and I'm definitely going to be hitting the Army Navy store for myself to pick up a lot of classic surplus gear to mix with my clothes, and I'm definitely going to be saving my money for the Dr. Scholl's style sandals he showed, and also for some of these Duchess satin super beautiful dresses that he did in the military vibe. So enjoy the rest of Fashion Week or Fashion Month, and I'll bring you our next report from Milan. I'll check you later.